We're in today with the GTX 1660. This is a 2019 video card with 1408 shaders. It's got 6 gig of VRAM GDDR5 running at 1530 MHz on the core clock and 2001 MHz on the memory clock. 192 bits bus width, and we're gonna pair it up with this E5 2699 V4 with 22 cores and 22 threads with hyper-threading disabled. And we're gonna jump in a couple of games and see how this video card is holding in a couple of games. Let's go. Let's start with Starfield. I got 1080p with medium details. On the settings side, I got 50% render scale. That's actually important because it came from a profile. It came from medium profile with FSR and frame generation. The thing is, this video card can actually push. And I'm very proud, but at the same time, I'm very proud on the FSR, how it's utilizing this video card in Starfield. You can actually see I got 89-95% load on the video card with 3.6. I can go on Ultra and I can utilize over 4 gig of VRAM, but I don't want to bottleneck the core. So having 80 FPS in a game like this with 1660, the moment you look at the game, you can actually see on medium details, it looks okay-ish, you know, even with FSR. FSR gives you those glitches, those artifacts when you move. But at the same time, look at the FPS. 92 FPS on average with 3.6 gig of VRAM utilized. Yes, I put the fan speed on maximum because I want the video card cool as hell. In this situation, the GPU is doing a fantastic job. What happens if I put everything on low details, FSR with frame generation, low details, yes, you get nearly 90 FPS, the same thing like I had in medium details. I only got 90% load on the core and 3.4 gig of VRAM. I'm actually nearly the same. So low details with medium details, apparently they are the same. Go back there in the settings, put ultra and put the render scale on 50%, FSR and frame generation on 98% load, 4.1 gig of VRAM utilization, maximum details, 50% render scale. It looks okay, and I got 60 FPS. Now if I put VSync, I will lock it to 60 FPS, and I got the best settings that I want for Starfield. It looks great. I like the details, you know, because if I want to play the game, I want a lot of details. I want flares and shadows and lights and stuff, you know, and it will be fantastic. Can't say nothing. I'm in neon. Yes, I got 60-70 FPS on average. Looks fantastic. There's a lot of lights. It looks very cyberpunk mode, you know. It almost feel the FSR around me, but it doesn't matter because now with maximum quality you can actually see that is playable. But if you're jumping in Cyberpunk with this video card on low details without any upscaling, it's custom whenever you're disabling upscaling. So if you can play the game like this, why do you need upscaling? Seriously. 96% load on the core. I mean, that is, I think, maximum load on the video card. 3.3 gig of VRAM. The video card looks okay-ish being utilized like this. I got 300 watts consumption from the computer, 71 FPS, 14-15 ms. Very good to see video card that actually gives me more than 60 FPS in a game like this without any upscaling. How many video cards I test here in this game and they barely do 30-40 FPS with upscaling on ultra performance, but this one without nothing, I like it. All right, go in the graphics. I want to start with no, I don't have I want to put ultra and I want to put ultra performance. This is the extreme, and then I'm gonna go lower and see if it's working. Got a lot of details, but you can actually see the artifacts in the fidelity FX, and I don't want that, you know. But it's giving me 70-80 FPS on average, 4.1 gig, 4.2 gig of VRAM utilized here. It looks okay, you know. Look, lots of details, lots of people. The moment you put quality, it will load up the game. It actually feels very good. But the question is, why I got 89% load on the video card, 4 gig of VRAM and 96 FPS. That means I'm reaching the CPU limit. Instead of actually going with ultra performance, we're gonna put balance, 60 FPS, maximum details in Cyberpunk. I got 97% load on the video card with 62 degrees. This is utilizing 296 watts from the wall and is giving me between 57-60 FPS on average. But but it looks great. You know, I don't feel that fidelity FX. You know, on balance, it feels great. You know, so I can play the game. If I'm interested now to play the game, I can do it with this type of settings, and you can actually see now the VRAM is 4.5. But if we're jumping in GTA 5 with 1080p and maximum details, you can actually see the game looks fantastic. In this situation, GTA 5 has no problem with the video card, doesn't have any problem with the system. I think this is the way it needs to be played, and in this situation, the video card is doing the job. 3 gig of VRAM being utilized, 3.1, and I'm 100% sure that if I take a ride through the city, the video card will be used up to 3.5. I think 3.6. Look at that, keep going up. 3.7. It's being utilized. The temperature is good. I like it, and in this situation you can clearly see that the video card is doing a fantastic work. Does it reach 4 gig of VRAM utilization with this video card? Let's see. Don't judge me how I'm driving, because I'm looking at the VRAM consumption, you know, and trying to drive the car through the city. It doesn't reach 4 gig of VRAM. Seriously, I thought it will reach 4 gig of VRAM. GTA 5, it's doing really great with this system. I like the fact that I see the CPU on 60% load with 10 gig of system RAM. I mean, even the computer itself is being utilized whenever I put maximum details, in this case in GTA 5. And yeah, it's a fantastic thing to see, you know, how your hardware is being utilized. But if we're jumping in Counter-Strike with this video card on maximum details, everything is maxed out without fidelity FX, you can actually see the video card is doing a fantastic job. The system is doing a fantastic job. 4.7 gig of VRAM utilized, maximum core load. It still managed to pull off 100 FPS. I like it. It didn't manage to reach 300 watts consumption, but it's doing a fantastic job. Based on the wattage and based on the temperature, I mean 61 degrees on the video card. The CPU sometimes is reaching 60-70% load in order to deliver this performance, but FPS is still 120 FPS, above 100. I think this is a fantastic performance, and the MS stays around 10 or below. That's actually good. But the overall performance is great, you know. Didn't manage to see if the GPU reaches 5 gig. Yes, apparently the GPU managed to reach 5 gig of VRAM in Counter-Strike. But if you're jumping in Crossout with maximum details without any motion blur, you can actually see that I'm getting my wattage consumption here. 357 watts consumption from this computer with this video card. 98% load on the video card, 69 degrees on the video card. Whoa, this video card is actually hot with this game on maximum details, but I like it. 100 FPS, 3.8 gig of VRAM utilization. Overall performance is great on this. Seriously, I like it. I like how it's utilizing the resource from this computer. Put the fan on maximum speed, and hopefully it will hold here with this performance. All right, let's see if we can actually put more. 7.9 gig of system RAM being utilized. All in all, this is a good performance from this system. It's doing great. The CPU is being utilized. 40 degrees on the CPU side, no problems there. Okay, so what I've seen here is fantastic. You know, it managed to utilize the resource perfectly from this computer. You know, the VRAM was utilized, the GPU is utilized, the CPU is utilized. If I get 370 watts, over 350 watts consumption, yeah, the game is using the whole computer. But if we're jumping in PUBG with this video card, you can actually see that it's doing a fantastic work with low details. Apparently I got 100% render scale with low details. I wanted to see how the video card is working, you know, and I wanted to see how it's holding in the game with maximum FPS. I wanted to see who is going to bottleneck, the GPU or the CPU. In this situation with this video card, with this GTX 1660, you can actually see I got 3.6 gig of VRAM utilization, 100 FPS over with 11.7 gig of system RAM being utilized. I mean, the CPU is doing a fantastic job. There's no problem here. I can use the CPU, I can use this GPU, and in this case you can actually see that everything is okay with the computer. But on the GPU side, 97% load. In the smoke, I got around 100 FPS. This is actually fantastic performance, not gonna lie. And it's got 9.3 gig of MS. 9.3 a mess in this situation, it's actually fantastic. But before jumping in Fortnite with this system, you can clearly see that it's doing a fantastic work. I really love this performance and how it's holding in Fortnite. I got hundreds of FPS in this situation, and I really appreciate the performance because it's not utilizing the video card at maximum. I mean, the GPU is doing great. In this case, you can see that the core is not pushed to the maximum, but for some reason, yeah, I wanted to see why it doesn't reach its 100%. Based on the temperature, I know the video card is being utilized, so in this case, I cannot complain because the whole thing is working. It's working really nice, you know. 1.4 gig of VRAM utilization, only 38% load on the CPU, but like I said, I think a couple of threads and cores are being utilized. Based on the wattage that I have, 280 watts consumption, I will say this is decent. Seriously, this is a decent performance from this computer. Every single day I'm testing all kinds of video cards. Lately I've been testing old video cards, not very powerful video cards. This video card today showed me that this is not a very expensive video card, but it's got a lot of power. Managed to throw so many games at this video card. So many of them, they were with high details, maximum details, and it was working really nice. And I like it. This is just a reminder there are cheap video cards that actually works really nice. If you're interested on a video card with more than 4 gig of VRAM, this is it. I have nothing bad to say about this because it did exactly what I wanted. With this computer, it did fantastic. With this configuration, it did fantastic. So all in all, I like it. So if you have any suggestion in the future for this video card, leave a comment and I will see you very soon.